is RevOps? RevOps it's a professional. It's a whole professional study. It's a study of the science of sustainable revenue growth that allows you to replicate, repeat revenue growth. And there are specific processes that you can teach, measure, repeat, improve, explain, and apply. And there's tools and behaviors that allow you that are best practices for collecting, synthesizing, disseminating data. So we talk about revenue, and the outcome sometimes of doing these is alignment between, but that is not a methodology. It is a very specific practice that people dedicate their entire lives to understand and to study. And it is a profession that people do. So when you think about that's what RevOps is. With our time, as we talked about, and I don't see any, and Armando, I don't see any questions, but I have time for
a minute officially, but you can get a little bit over if you want.
Okay, so I'm going to talk. Yeah, I'm going to go. So there's some other stuff here. I'm going to skip this, and I'm going to go to one of my favorite slides. So we talk about this because you get this. People always go, well, how do I do RevOps then? Right? How do I actually do RevOps? What frameworks do I do? First, because I've had to think about this, we have to train people. I've come up with an entire framework on how you become, and I love video games, stages. Here's all the stages you need to be able to do. We focus on doing it in HubSpot and not Salesforce. So this is HubSpot Power User, but how do you become an admin and that specializes in a RevOps professional that specializes in HubSpot? There's a full methodology. If you go becoming a HubSpot admin, you can go look at that. But the next is, now this is funny. People have attempted to explain this, but what do they give you? They give you, we have this methodology as RevOps, and you have the 3 pillars of RevOps, which are process, people, platform. Again, there's no way to there's no way to make decisions or prioritize on that. It's a good way to write a book, and it sounds smart, not a good way to make decisions. Oh, whoa. Then someone came up, let's do the 4 pillars because we need 4 pillars or better than 3. And then, oh gosh, we had the 5 areas of RevOps, and we added another one, and then 6 pillars where my point is this is ways for us to explain, but it is not ways to create practical applications of revenue operations and to execute inside your business. And by the way, and I love him, Sangram, he now has the 7 pillars. Oh my God, of go-to-market.
Of course.
Yeah. So it just keeps building on each other. Now, this is what, and I like to say this, I'll do this really quick, is, and we love, if you haven't used them, it's winning by design, but looking at this, here's a framework. And a framework has to have ingredients, it has to have an order, it has to be repeatable, it has to have a language that we can all look at. And so there are ingredients to do revenue operations. You must understand the business model, understand your go-to-market motions, have a data model that you're effectuating, have math models that support that, understand your tech stack, and then have your sales process done. And to do that is the order. And so we're able to take this and we think through it. And this is if you take practical, identify your business model, which is, it's a reoccurring business model. How are you doing it? What's your go-to-market motions? Like, who are you selling to? Are you doing account-based? There's marketing, sales, and CS. What's the data model that you're creating? We use a bow tie model from left to right. It goes past customer journey. What tool stack are you using? How are you then collecting that in your CRM and your marketing automation platform? Then RevOps is changing and affecting your conversion ratios. Breadcrumbs is a good example of that. It can affect the conversion ratios from NQL to SQL or from any data model you're building. Then you prioritize and reiterate. That's how you do revenue operations.
Love it. So we have 3 minutes to go. Are you comfortable sharing this deck?
Yes.
Great. So in the afterwards, we'll share the deck. We'll share the recording. Matt, this was great. Appreciate that. So we have a question from Kathy. How might one get started learning about RevOps?
Oh, I get this a lot. I'm actually going to go back to this slide when you say is this get question because, and this is really difficult, is
it's kind of a checklist.
It's right? Like a checklist, but it's like, how do I understand RevOps? Well, to do RevOps, you still go to market. It is how you, in some ways, do you often draw process map flows and understand that there's dependencies? And so understanding how to use Miro. How do you, or have you built and played with Zapier and have you done Make.io? And can you build no code integrations and understand data models? If you look at it from a user standpoint, are you in a CRM? It could be HubSpot or Salesforce, but are you in a CRM? And are you in it today or do you have that job? So the way I say start is go into Salesforce or go into HubSpot, get certifications, and then get a role where you're in the CRM each and every day. And then you can start checklists, learn SQL, learn a PMP, get your PMP, get P&L, and start learning sales, and it'll naturally come from there.
That's awesome. And deck available afterwards. One question for me before wrapping up your session. So I think the thing that stuck with me of the quick overview was all the things that RevOps is not. And you were saying RevOps is not new. And I generally agree with you. But there is also something new about it, right? Because it's also very clear to everyone in tech that works around GTM that RevOps is becoming a thing, is becoming more important than it was before. And it's kind of, exploding, bubbling up, depending on where you are in the level of expertise / seniority. So what is new about it?
I skipped the rise of RevOps.
Okay.
The thing. So I would say this is not new, but like, here's in my opinion, but pause. And I'm going to go real quick as we do this. So first off, everybody has internet and broadband access. And for the first time in history for the last 10 years where there is people on the internet and the way the B2B buyer's journey has changed.
Oh yeah.
Lost control of it. And we've all seen this
a lot.
And we hear it, but like it has changed.
Yeah.
But part of what has changed.
Wait, it's not a funnel anymore? No, it's not.
Well, I would say it's a boat funnel, which you could say it's an upside down funnel, but like there's data, and there's data, and data is being collected because everybody's on the internet. It's become more digital. And so we've lost the ability to understand where people are in the funnel. And how do you learn that? And how do you do it? Next is our business models are more complicated because we're moving to reoccurring models where everybody we've Amazon-fied all of how we want to purchase, and SaaS needs a TAM.
We're talking about it as the Daft Punk law: harder, stronger, faster, better. Everything is more complicated, and it's going to be more complicated in the future compared to what it is today, right?
More data, everyone. More data, less visibility, and how you fix that? RevOps has become a competitive differentiation.
More data, more tools, faster speed of change, higher requirements from a customer journey point of view. Right? Love it, Matt. Thank you so much for this. Anyone that wants to reach you and talk to you one-on-one, where can they do that?
LinkedIn. I live there in that sense. It's the only platform that I have in my life. So if you want to hit me up, go to Matt Bolian. You can search Matt Bolian, RevPartners, send me a note, and I will get back at you.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much.